Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm making a tray and I'm using these fluorescent colors that I've used in a previous video. I had a lot of fun with them, so I wanted to try another tray with these in a different way. And I picked 5 colors. I have a yellow, a green, a blue, a pink, and an orange. And then for fun, I decided to add some sparkle. So I have these 4 glitters in similar colors. I couldn't find like a green that really went, so I'm just going to go with the 4 colors. And normally I'm going to do a dirty pour, but normally when I do a dirty pour, I layer it in a cup and then I pour it into the mold. But I'm going to do it differently this time. And I am using Let's Resin epoxy 1:1. And I wanted to mention that they did send me this resin to try, and I do have a discount code if you're interested. And I will leave the link and the code in the description box if anyone's interested. But back to the video. The first thing I do, like always, is dissolve my mica powder in alcohol, trying to avoid the unmixed mica that I tend to get. But I'm not using white in this one, so hopefully I don't have a problem. But once I do that, I mix a little bit of resin. I'm only going to do maybe half a cup of each color. I don't really want a lot. And I mix it really, really well, I promise. I'm just editing a lot of it out. And then I'm going to mix up the glitters in 4 small cups. And I'm going to add a very tiny, tiny drop of glue to each one. Not even a full drop. I just literally put a dot on the stick. I just don't want it to be too gloopy. So I added just a tiny amount. And here comes the fun part. And yeah, I could not decide which color to pour first. I had no plan. I was going back and forth between colors, but ultimately I decided to do blue first. I was trying to do them in an order where I thought they may blend and not muddy together. So I don't know. I started with blue. I added a little bit of the blue green. It's a bluish green. Sorry, I lost the word. Glitter. Right in the middle. And like I said, I'm only going to pour my words today, sorry, pour in the middle of the tray. I'm not going to like do any kind of like design or anything like that. I'm just going to pour dead center and see what happens. So like I said, I start with the blue, do the blue glitter. I do I want to say yellow, but I think it's like a citrine, like a green yellow, if I'm saying that correctly. And then I just layer it, mica glitter, mica glitter. I don't know what order I did it in, to be honest with you. I was trying to follow the pattern, but I think I may have changed it up by the end, but I didn't think it really mattered by that point because it was more the back of the tray. And I really liked it. I'm working on a different table, so it's not level, and it was starting to all go to the right. So that's why I quickly just stuck a stick under there. Eventually I moved that stick underneath the mat so it's not like directly under the mold, but for now I'm kind of holding it up that way. And I just keep pouring until I fill the mold up. And I like it so far. I mean, I like the way it's blending. It has like a rainbow look to it. I think the order I poured the colors in is, I haven't seen it yet. That's why I'm like guessing. It's still curing, but I'm hoping that it's an order where the colors won't muddy together. Like I said, I always get nervous about that, but so far I think the colors look good together and I'm not seeing any like strange color. And I figured like the blue and the pink would probably merge together into like a purple or something like that. Oh, I did add orange. That was the other color I added to this. I forgot. So I don't know. So far, so good. I'm liking it. And once I get this poured, I'm just going to add a little bit of heat just with the heat gun, just to kind of make sure it's moving a little bit. Like I said, it's very cold in my room, and I want to make sure it moves and blends as much as possible. And then I do stick it on a heat mat for 4 hours. So hopefully Hopefully this will come out good. I'm kind of nervous. I've never done this before. And I'm kind of a creature of habit. I like dirty pours. I love it. I love using a ton of colors because you never know like which colors are going to come out or the textures you're going to get or like the design. To me, it's just very interesting. So, but this one makes me a little nervous because I really don't know what's going to happen, if it's just going to look like big blobs of color or if it's going to actually move and blend. So I'm very curious about this one. So like I said, I'm talking a lot, sorry. I'm just going to let this cure once I fill it, and then I'll be back to demold it. Okay, so now it's all cured and I'm super excited. I think the back looks really interesting. I love the way the colors kind of blended but are still separate. And I did not use glue in the mica, so I'm really happy about that. And it's very interesting and very different, but I actually really like it. I don't know. It's not going to be for everyone. I know that. But yeah, I like the way it's kind of like a rainbow, but I don't know, kind of like a marbled rainbow, I guess. But the glitter did not stay like where I put it. And some of the colors did kind of move. Like you'll see some, like in the center, it's like solid color, like pink, orange, yellow, green, blue. But then as it goes out further, you start getting some marbling like around the edges and around the sides, which is really cool. So I'm getting like two different looks in one. And yeah, it does kind of look like a big blob in the center, but I don't mind it. For some reason, it doesn't bother me. And I think all the colors went really well together. Definitely the green. The green dominated, which is funny because I didn't really put much green in it. So that was obviously just the colors mixing and blending together. And I did get a little bit of purple. Not a lot, but a little bit for where the pink and the blue met. So yeah, it's very subtle, but like around the sides, but the front is very bold and has a lot of different colors. I like it. I don't know. Let me know what you think. If you think, this is a good way to pour, or if you think maybe just pouring it in the cup is better, or maybe I should have poured some clear in the middle. I'm not really sure. But like I said, it's an experiment. I just wanted to see what happens. And, I learned from it and I may try it a little different next time, but I think it's interesting. So, I also had some leftover resin, which I poured into 2 small molds, which I will show you after this if you're interested. Those came out really nice too, although there wasn't a lot of color. It was basically whatever colors were left in the cup. So I think there was maybe only 2 or 3 colors at that point. Um, but they came out really cute. Sometimes the extras turn out really nice, sometimes nicer than the main project, but yeah, these were really cute. It's just this little dish, and it was mostly greens and yellow. And then the other one was like, I think mainly green and blue, maybe. I can't remember, but yeah, these were really cute too. And this marbled a little bit more. So yeah, I'm gonna let you go. I keep talking. Had a lot of coffee today. But I really appreciate you watching the video, and you can check out my description box. I have a lot of new codes for you guys if you ever need anything. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.